But then eventually, I couldn't even cope with my chips. I get aces like late-ish level in the tournament, and the guy opens for like 2.5 bigs. I have 26, 27 bigs. I just flat because I just can't deal with the idea of figuring out 3-bet sizes and all this kind of stuff. Next guy 3-bets, who's a whale. Next guy shoves. The original raiser shoves. I reshove, and then the whale calls off. So there's 4 all-ins. I'm about to like quadruple up with aces, and I don't want to slow roll and I'm just super self-conscious about slow rolling because I'm in the situation where I'm like, oh no. So I end up just turning my cards over and going, ta-da! Yo, 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 thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the new stream in the new location. Let's get some fire in the Zoom going. Let's get started. Let me know today if there's anything up in terms of quality with the stream, because it's a new location, new internet, all that kind of stuff. Not sure how long I'll be here, but if the internet's no good, I'll have to upgrade it, so let me know. And table number 3, we'll see if it's small. Hey bro, I always knew you'd end up in poker after Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. Thank you very much. Did we play much Yu-Gi-Oh together? For anyone that doesn't know my history of when I was like 13, 14, 15, I used to travel the Yu-Gi-Oh circuit. Check raise here is interesting on a board that's slightly better for my range. I think he's going to have to check raise ace king. He definitely has ace king. Just whether I want a 3-bet or call. I think with this particular hand, without any backdoor flush draws, I do want to be 3-betting, so I'm going to do that. I don't have to throw it very big. Stuns his action. If he jams here with ace king, it's kind of like putting him in the bin a little bit as well. He's never got a 3. I have all the ace kings. And thank you for the follow. And versus 4-bet on the flop. I think we just don't want to play any more games anymore. I think he's basically always got ace king and we can just fold now, which was cheaper if you think about it. It's cheaper doing this with ace queen. I would have flatted, for example, if I had a backdoor flush draw. Without the backdoor flush draw, that's what got me over the line to 3-bet the flop. Sizing wise, it doesn't matter too much what we're doing because it's achieves the same thing. But once he does 4-bet the flop, you just have to realize that his range is literally ace king or bluffs. I don't think he's got that many bluffs. Maybe he has the pocket 3s, but we just fold now. I would have flatted if I had a backdoor flush draw. And we 3-bet here. We'll start with c-bet small. So Beam and Poker, thank you for advertising your channel. We're going to make a small overbet here, I think. It'll still get called by ace queen, ace jack. Why don't you tell us a bit more about yourself? Why would watch your tournament stream? Do you have any good results? Are you fun to watch? What's your story? I think we do have to jam here, because I think he's going to jam queen jack himself. I think... Oh, did we jam? Because I still called by ace 5 and ace 9, right? King 10 maybe? Ace king 4, it's pretty. Ace queen calls twice, but the thing is, ace queen calls twice, that's fine. But does he call the river jam? I need him to call ace 5, ace 9 really, and king 10, because he could trap with like queen jack of diamonds maybe, which is really sigh. Like I'd obviously jam sets for sure, because then I get an extra like call from ace 10 to be good. And ace king obviously if he did happen to just flat pre. Like, is this too low? Like, if he's calling ace queen, ace jack, then like we're loving life. If he hero calls me with king queen, it's even better. I think we do jam. I think it's really, really, really close. Tank jam. Let's see. They give me enough time to think about maybe hearing. But we didn't get snapped. So as long as he's not like side folding ace king, we're good. He's probably got the ace queen, ace jack hand note. Then we'll RNG a call here on table 2. Got it. I'm a big fan of raising bottom sets in position, but I don't do it versus overbets. Do your worst, buddy. Do your worst. Hold. How has he found that? That would have been a sick clip though. I wanted to win both then just for the clip. Get a check here. And then slightly more interesting hand, table 3, limp pot. and then we flop 2-pair. That guy called, and then I think we just bet big on the turn. Leave the sub. If you want to see the old streams, then please subscribe. Table 2, we called a 4-bet with aces. He checked the flop, and we checked back with ace of clubs. I'm just going to call turn. And on the river, and then we just jam this, right, and hope for the best. Don't think he's going to call wider if I go smaller, so I think we just jam. I don't think, what I'm saying is, he's not going to call very often. Should he call more versus a third or more versus all in? I don't think it changes, and I have value, so I might as well just go all in. Just still doesn't mean he's going to call very often, but when he does call, he's going to pay. Ace 5. Ace queen. No good, buddy. No good. I have aces. I have 3 aces. Ginge, do you think results-based thinking can be good simultaneously? I've felt like I learned quite a lot from results-based thinking because you can make quick adjustments. So, that's a really good question. Results-based thinking is definitely an element of the game, for sure. Like, for example, if you... let me try and think of a good one. Like, no, there's definitely spots where you can bluff. I mean, I haven't thought about this for a while, but there's definitely spots where results-based thinking is correct. Like, for example, if you bluff and he calls with the nuts, you don't have to be results-oriented about that, because maybe he is going to fold a hand that isn't nuts. You can't tell if he's going to fold a lot, his range, when you just run into the nuts. So you can't really be results-based about that. Good question. I don't have a really good answer for you right now off the top of my head. That's something that I would think about a little more deeply and have done in the past. But you're definitely right. I just can't think of a good way to articulate your point. This is a check now, blocking the board and having the ace of hearts. It's a trip. It's a trip. And we're just gonna jam here. Nah, I want him to call with like ace queen, right? Yeah, nice. Want him to call with ace queen, and maybe even ace jack, everybody. Maybe even ace jack. That's gonna make the whole lot real. It wasn't too bad. I think I was about right. Yeah, minus 400. Yeah, so that part off stream, I'll see if I can show you that. You guys can see. Oh, table 1. There you go. Right. Stop fucking going big. That's what she said. Minus 406. Ran a little bit below EV, obviously, with the 3s against queen's hand. Pretty chill session. I probably shouldn't show a red line as much as I do anymore. But whatever. Pretty chill session. Good to be back. We'll try and do some more when I feel like it. I like doing it when I'm in a good mood because I feel like the energy of the stream is a bit better. I'll stick around to answer some of your questions, and that'll do for now. And we will choose a 1/3. Kid Chai's up for sure. We do have some new graphics coming in. They're not all there yet, but they are coming. And versus check raise, we have a couple of options here. I like trapping a bit more with aces. It's weird to use the word trap on this board, obviously, but with 3-bet a bit more with like jacks. Pretty shitty turn. Don't think I can fold just yet versus sizing, but let me just think about it for a second. It's just whether he can continue with like pocket 8s. I think he can. And for those reasons, I do think I want to continue. But if I think he's going to have like pocket 8s, pocket 9s, do I call or do I raise? I think it's still a call and then fold river. Reasonable river. Blocks obviously one of his sets. Now we're ahead of like 6-7. Doesn't mean that he's always just going to fire a worse hand though, especially for that sizing. Let's just have a think about this for a second, what he's up to. Obviously there's plenty of value you can have here. There's a bunch of 5x. Here's some pocket 4s. Overbets. I wish I had more time here. I'm just going to RNG call with aces and fold all the other pairs. Nice. But Tuesday night for me, just after midnight, so technically Wednesday for me. All I've done today is eat. Versus check raise versus small size. I'm not folding, and I'm going to be trapping. And I'm going broke here versus a fish on this board. Side that he can have 10s or 7s, but cut off versus button. I made a small size, potentially induced. On a rainbow, I am going to check back. Yes, he could get a free card with an ace, queen, ace, jack, but on a rainbow board, I'm not. Other than that, that's what else am I supposed to be scared of? And then maybe I jam and hope that he finds a hero on the river. I don't think I'm folding here, but I'm not happy. Got it. Yeah, we flopped. We flopped the fucking. We called a 3-bet. I don't think we raise here because I don't think he's folding a pair, so we'll just call. Oh, I thought we had a straight then. And if we bet here, we have to make sure that he can't jam against us. And I think if we go large, and we kind of want to go large because we can't bluff the river. And if we go large, he can jam. So I do think we just check. It's not a bad river. Thank you for the follows. I do think we have to raise. Want to make sure he calls an ace and doesn't jam. So I don't think we raise big. Got him. I think this is a mandatory 4-bet. It's annoying that we're deeper, but fuck it. But we'll see. Maybe this guy's going to appeal. Here we go. Start with the C-bet for small, and we'll see how we get on. Oh, we're not folding yet, boys. Please slow down, or have ace jack. Like, it's not the worst dong shove, to be honest, as a bluff. I think we just have to pay because we can improve, and if he is randomly bluffing, we're still winning. And if he's not bluffing, we can get there. I'm not dong shoving that river. Bye bye money. Come on, just check back the chop. Guess we just fold now. Made a flush over here, and he's check raised me, and that's fun, isn't it? Bit weird when he check raises you, and you have the nuts, because he doesn't even have the blocker here. So I'm going to tank all the way down, or tank for a while, to make it feel like got like just the bare ace of hearts, and I'm going to go all in, and hope that he calls with the worst flush. So, see you in a minute, boys. Let's catch up with the chat. Appreciate it, friend busters. Digging the YouTube videos. Yep, thank you very much. Do appreciate you guys all watching those. Should we do it now? Is it too obvious now? At what point is it too obvious? I didn't want you guys to be bored. Come on, Mr. Nash. You'll get bluffed by the guy on stream. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, and table 2. I'm just gonna do that rip thing again. Fuck playing like 4-bet pots and shit with that short stack behind. Can't be that bad, eh? Let's hold, please. That's 1. Fuck, thought we were gonna get 2 then. Let's fucking flop the queen on the second one. Anyway, flop the flush. Or turn a flush. How's my heads up game? Terrible. I don't know though. He donks here. Well, we're just going to raise massive and just hope for the best. I can't imagine he's going to fold a flush to a super large sizing. If you were going to be like GTO, you would you'd call, given you have the 2 of clubs blocking his like set of deuces, but If he jams, I just don't think hero's a bluff. Folding, that's fine. Debating a 3-bet, and if I can debate it, and I've decided to do it. A flop top pair. Time to lose some money. Definitely want to keep betting, I think. I think we can get away with a small bet here again. Especially if they're not abusing you. Get him to call like 9s with the club, maybe. 9s with the club. 4s, even better. Sick. What other industries would I like to get into in the future? Good question. I'll keep swapping the tables, my bad. I used to be in operations, so I guess that kind of gives me an idea of most just general business, really, general business operations. I was more involved in like military type stuff, but I found that pretty boring, to be honest. I'm debating whether I'm barreling this turn. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I have to. I think our hand is just slightly too strong. I think it's close, and then river we check forward. Got him. So when I say check forward, that doesn't mean I think I've lost a hand. It just means that I don't think he's going to call better. It's call worse, and I don't think he's going to necessarily like bluff with a hand that I need to call against. So that worked out well. 3-bet, and we're going to see bet on table 3. Yeah, I don't know what you guys heard or didn't hear, so I was mid-conversation or you didn't catch anything, just let me know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. And I'm going to keep barreling this for small, I think. Yeah, fuck it. Check. Yeah, please don't have Queen Jack. Or 10s. But once we check back, we don't fold. No, what do I get value from that's worse? Kind of sigh and foreign to zoom, you just get check raised a fuck ton more, so that's the main reason I'm considering not betting. But I guess I have to, because you can still call like ace 10 of hearts and like maybe jack 10 sometimes. Spooksville did it again. Yeah, queen 10. I see bet here after 3 betting. I've turned to 10 and now I've bet again. That seems good, right? If he jams, I have to call. 6 got there. I generally have to check this. It's just whether I check call or check fold, or do I jam myself. It's getting really dicey in these boards because he should have raised jacks on the flop. So doesn't mean that I can jam this. It just means probably better to check call rather than jam. It's just whether I can still check call. What's better? I guess we always start with check. Guess we check call this more than we call jacks just because we've got like 10-8. Not happy. Got him. Guys, I know there's been a bit of lag here, boys, but I think we're playing fucking sick, as always. If we lost that hand, I wouldn't have said that, but because the fucking results oriented official on this channel, we're having a great time. And here we got cold called, right? So I guess I'll go third because I've got a good hand. Could check the turn, but we're deep, so I don't want to, and I don't want to over either. If he jams, I'll probably fold. Jack's a shit river, so we'll check. Whoa, fucking shit river, man. So we're up 1.75. I don't know why I said 2.7. I looked at my balance wrong, but I probably should have guessed instead of trying to work it out for my balance. Yeah, it ran slightly below EV. Obviously ran terribly this session, as you all saw. What can you do, eh? Sometimes you run good, sometimes you run bad. Thank you for tuning in. I think we played pretty good. I think we had a good stream. Obviously the highlights this week will all be on YouTube. Thank you for checking it out. Please check out the YouTube channel if you haven't. Any comments, please fire away. Please comment on YouTube. Please follow the Instagram. All the best. And thank you very much. And we'll fucking starting off with a nice little fucking 4-bet here. Don't gen to 4-bet fold pairs. Now we'll start with a small c-bet. Quite happy to take down the pot now, and also quite happy if he wants to call worse. Now on the turn, we've got a decision really. We can go small again, I think, to make him call the worst pair. I think with the diamond, that probably gets us over to check. Just because we need less protection against flush draws. And on the river when he checks back, expecting to bet a lot of king X on the turn himself, so now we can go small. Try and target his like jacks that's going to find a hero. Yeah, we'll take it down, that'll do. Yeah, we're going to be all in on table 2, unfortunately. Could be called a 4-bet, and once you call a 4-bet and you make an overpair, you just fucking put the money in. We like tank. We don't like jam. First time we got the finger wiggle out, and we're just getting cold 4-bet versus the short stats. We can't fold now. Yeah, we'll take that when you get cold 4-bet on. He's got spades. He's got spades. Oh, we hold. Nice. Why has Mozza moved up to 400 zoom yet? What makes you think he hasn't? But on other sites. And yeah, I think there is a psychological thing when people move up to 500, especially from 200, because it is quite a big jump. Like 100 to 200 is a double, right? 200 to 500 is a 2.5, and that is pretty big when you're moving up in stakes. So you got being around a bit the first 2 times you jumped up, where I kind of pushed him. Oops, I've just misclicked. I just misclicked limped over here. Don't say I'm not a genius. And this is a more interesting hand on table 3. And service has just punished me. And I don't think we do anything on this turn. Just trying to think if we bet so that we don't get bluffed ourselves. Don't think we do. Yeah, just try it down now. Yeah, thanks to Red Gazzy. How was your session, mate? Let us know. If you guys want to follow more cash game streamers, check Gazzy out. One of the reasons I'm doing Twitch in the first place, it was following Gazzy B. We called a 3-bet on table 3, and we're not folding yet. Yeah, I don't think we lead the turn. And on this river, I do think we like block when he checks back. Brave 7s. Do I plan on recording some of my sessions? At this stage, no. Because it's not really up to me. It's up to the students. And they're exposing a lot more about themselves. And maybe I can release some footage I've maybe done a few years ago, but then you got the whole trade-off of, is it still quite as relevant? And like obviously some of my advice might not be quite as relevant, etc. So hi there, great content for an reg. I've been playing apps 3 years. Any opinions? Not really. Just make sure that once you've, I would just be very careful with the cash out system, and obviously if it's all good, then great. Some of them are ran very well, some of them are not ran so well, so, and obviously they get eaten up by regs pretty fast if they are good clubs, so always keep your eyes peeled for new ones. Unless it's a really big club, then you're probably fine. But yeah, just be careful. Ginge, you've tried microdosing AC, apparently it's great for AD and anxiety, psychedelics are great aside for myself. Yes, including a time where I microdosed a little bit too much. Alright, I'll tell that story. So I microdosed him, I was going to say where then, but I probably can't. I microdosed on the way to go to, I really like microdosing to play live poker because, and microdosing to do something that you're fairly used to doing, so like live poker for example. I think we're all in here. Yeah. Got past the snap call. Got him. Yeah, we'll 3-bet this. So I'm on the way to Nottingham to play like some £100 tournament. Yeah, that's a good flop. No, it wasn't that small. It was like, I don't know, some tournament in Nottingham that had loads of runners and big prize pool and all that kind of stuff. 3-bet, 2-bet, table 3. And I was sort of microdosing a lot anyway. Then we barrel turn here because we have hearts and we're not happy about it, but we still get paid by worse, like Jack 10, King Jack, Spades, clubs. Then we just check fold real. The 23% is a bet sizing button. And on this river we go with check fold, I think. So sometimes I bet 23%, so 33%. It's nice when he just gives up clubs and spades. You're supposed to give up your clubs and spades, bitch. He's not jamming. He's I mean, I guess he could have the queen X of spades. I guess he can have Queen X of spades, he can have Jack 10 of spades. Not really supposed to, excuse me. Not really supposed to jam spades and clubs, but he could, I guess, if he's got no bluffs. Queen X of spades, I guess he's got a reasonable amount of combos of those. He's got Ace Queen, of course. But I block that. Don't expect to like just jam like Ace 10 here. So he's probably only jamming like Ace Queen and Queen X. But then it's like, what does he bluff? That's more important than his value at this point. It's, does he bluff flush draws? Does he call twice with King Jack? Honestly, I don't know the answer to these questions. I am probably going to fold, but you know, these are the kind of things I'm thinking about. Like, and if I knew the answers clearly to any of those, then I can make a better decision. But anyway, I'm living on my own now. This is my own pad, but Steve lives next door, and we're all in the same condo building with like big pool downstairs and gym and all that kind of stuff. But and we'll start with check call, I think, here with aces. He bets small again. I'll check raise. And that's small again, I think, but I don't want to check raise massive, still want to make a call worse. Dave with the sub. I am looking at a fair few pads, but I obviously have a... There's a couple I looked at that were like they're cheap, but they need like renovating. And it's I kind of like the idea of that. Because I also want to keep betting, but I don't want to bet massive again. I kind of like the idea of that because I can make it look the way I want. But then there's some nice ones that look the way I want anyway, so. Now we just want to get called by King Jack. They will follow. Yeah, we'll just take it down, eh? Yeah, maybe we can stream on YouTube. That could be a good shout. Didn't even think of that, to be fair. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm microdosing and I have to go get some cash from the casino in Birmingham, which is where I'm from, before I go on the train to go to Nottingham. And I'm on the bus to go to town, which is just the easiest way in Birmingham unless you're going to get a taxi. And I just start smiling out the window at the trees and I'm like, oh no, I've taken too much. And I'm just like, how am I going to cope with going into the casino to get 5k in cash, go and catch a train, get to the Dusk Till Dawn casino? And I was just like texting my brother going, Brandon, I'm struggling here, I'm gonna need some help. And he's just cracking up. He goes, don't worry about it. And I end up going to the toilet. I end up going to the casino, going to the toilet, and I remember it was like I needed a number 2 and I was just there like sitting on the toilet for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just going, right, you can do this. You can go to the cash desk. You're just going to look a bit fucking drunk. You get your legs are working. You're fine. And I'm like, oh, you know, what are legs? And this, yeah. I ended up hobbling my way to the cash desk. I was probably more paranoid than I probably came across, to be honest. And got my money, got on the train. My brother found me. My brother came to get me to get on the train. And train was absolutely rammed because like rush hour. And then go to Dusk Till Dawn, and I just remember being in like the marquee, which we're just giving up here. Do I bluff the river? Guess I kind of have to, but I don't have to be very big. Just try and target like pocket fives raise high. Yeah, that's fine. And I remember in the marquee, it's like a false floor because it was like extra tables that they set up outside the actual casino. And it felt to me like the table was like slanted and everything was like leaning towards me because I was at the edge of the room. And I just said out loud, I was like, is it just me? Or is like the table like leaning towards me a little bit? And then they all just looked at me and went, it's just you, mate. And I was like, oh. And I was just like too shy to sort of speak up because I was like, I'm just being a freak. But then eventually I couldn't even cope with my chips. I get aces like late-ish level in the tournament, and the guy opens for like 2.5 bigs. I have 26, 27 bigs. I just flat because I just can't deal with the idea of figuring out 3-bet sizes and all this kind of stuff. Next guy 3-bets. who's a whale. Next guy shoves. The original raiser shoves. I reshove. And then the whale calls off. So there's 4 all-ins. I'm about to like quadruple up with aces. And I don't want to slow roll. And I'm just super self-conscious about slow rolling because I'm in the situation where I'm like, oh no. So I end up just turning my cards over and going, ta-da! With my aces. And I just looked like such a twat when I was doing it. The guy, the whale just looked at me with this big northern guy. Just went, well, that ain't gonna win, and just destroys us with his pocket sixes, and off I go. But yeah, that was when I overdosed. I guess what you call a mini dose. I wasn't seeing through walls, but I was struggling to deal with them for sure. Yeah, we'll check here. I wouldn't have bet without the spade on the board. And I don't think I want to bluff versus the small blind, even though he does have plenty of like pocket nines. And that's fine. I've lost my head here a little bit. I don't think I'm bluffing. Yeah. Just played 2 hands like a bit of a donkey. I'll show you the one. Table 4 here, we called a 4-bet. And normally I'd raise this flop, but I decided to trap. And so he c-bets, I call, and then the turn is weird because I expect him to slow down a lot and he doesn't. So then I'm kind of thinking he's just got like ace king that's never folding anyway. Always bluffing. And with the queen blocker to his bluffs, I decided to call and then reassess the river. Because I have a lot of 10x now when I call flop. And then he just gets there. So a bit of tilt on myself, I didn't jam the turn. Or at least consider jamming it a bit more. I'll stick with what I'd normally do. And table 3 we check raised and we're going to check the turn now. Am I going to upload any beginner training videos? I haven't got anything planned for that. But I feel like my content's more focused on slightly above beginner, if that's the nicest way of putting it. Gonna go with check call here. Thing with 5s. And we will do some check raising on this river. I think my content's more for like the medium reg as opposed to anything else. Is there any club to join it with you? I don't know what that means. Yeah, you mean like app or home game? Nope. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, brother? How are you staying in time for so long time? It's been I've been there for 30 days and you need to go out of the country for a day, come back to stay. How you said it. At the moment there is visa amnesty, which means that I can stay until the 31st of July regardless of my visa situation because of the corona situation. They're currently debating whether they're going to extend that for another 3 months. If not, I will look into different visa options, but I reckon they will extend it and then I'll be fine. And then when the other visa options come around, I'll just do like a volunteer visa, which is a new one you can get for a year for like 50k, which is about £1,000. I don't think we can fold here, Queen Jack yet. I don't think I want to jam either. All is cool, and we'll reassess. Don't bet. Any tables you play on average? You stick with the 3 tables usually. 8 ace queen, and we won. 3 tables in a replay is what I do on stream. Are you in Bangkok? If so, whereabouts are you? I'm by W District near Prakan on BTS. I used to really like W District. W District's like a street food marketplace where you can just get loads of different foods like sushi, steak, barbecue, Thai food, pizza. It's pretty nice, pretty cheap, pretty cool. I was a big fan. I used to live in Nut, but now I live in Pattaya, and I don't see me ever leaving Pattaya to live in Bangkok again. Even though I do miss some of the food options in Bangkok, that's the only thing I really miss. The traffic is just absolutely horrendous. So for me, I take living in Pattaya with all the action versus Bangkok. Don't really live in Thailand to play live games, even though the live game is here. It's just more of a, I like it as a base, and then I'll travel to like LA or Asia to play other games. But obviously live's dead at the moment, so time to buy some condos and chill out. I'm going to be wrapping this up. That's your hour. We will take a look at the results. I have no idea actually. I reckon probably close to even. We'll sit out, give you a chance to guess, and I'll refresh the holding manager once it's all finished. Thank you for enjoying the content. New YouTube videos out now. I'll go and promote that on Instagram in a second. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate the nice comments, everything so far on YouTube. Really been enjoying it. As for other stuff, I will try and get a better schedule for the stream. But It's just a little bit all over the place at the moment. Bit of traveling, bit of business stuff, bit of poker stuff, all over the place. But I will keep you guys updated, and I will stream here and there when I can. So if you want to know when I'm streaming, follow along. If you might miss them and you want to see them anyway, subscribe and you get to see them anyway. Last chance to guess on Hold'em Manager. I'm just going to refresh it. Refreshing now. Let's take a look, shall we? I play. Last chance to guess. Is that now? Looks like now. Right. Looks like we basically broke even the whole session, and we lost a big part. Oh yeah, that would have been the King Queen one that I was annoyed about, wasn't it? Let's just have a quick look, see what it was. Hold'em Manager 3 is just really annoying. Yeah, so the King Queen hand the King Queen hand we lost $300 in, so that was that hand. Didn't get stacked, didn't win a pot, really, but whatever. Like, make a few slight mistakes, that's what's going to happen. That's the trick, right? It's just try and not lose, and you will get pots where you do win the money. All the best. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will stick around, obviously, to answer any questions in the chat. And please have a look at the YouTube stuff. Please follow along. All the best. Thank you very much.